What is cranking, wieners? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are fishing quite possibly one of my favorite places on earth, that being the Cape, or I guess close to the Cape. We're in Massachusetts right now, but still all together as one of my favorite fisheries. We are joining forces with one of my buddies. His name is Sam.
Guys?
He's cutting lucky right there. What do you think of her?
Oh, she's
She'd
super
be nice
cute.
Usually she's a killer. She seems to be on her good side. We're gonna be, actually we just took the road trip from Camp Claw down here. It's kind of late, but we've somehow landed on a decent tide. So we're all gonna team up, try to knock out a video for you guys. The goal species for today is possibly stripers, possibly bluefish, just about anything that is going to eat our lures. Before we do that, I've got an exciting package I wanna show you guys that is right here. So this has been a long time coming. I've actually been anticipating this for quite some time. These rods, I think we're supposed to come to Texas, but they came up to Bangor, Maine. That's where my cabin's at. We're just gonna crank this open, and hopefully, if it's what I think it is, we're gonna use some of this stuff today to catch its first ever fish. Oh wow, whoever packaged this did like a pretty solid job. Oh. Of course, another box. Woo, buddy. Take a look at this. Holy. These right here are the new Ketchco Googan Squad rods. These are final production. These are the ones that you guys will be fishing with, for all of you that got in the pre-orders. I don't know if they're still available for order. I think we might have halted the pre-order, but eventually, very soon, you can cop one of these for yourself. Ooh, listen to that. Clicking reel seat. These are dirty. I'm gonna take a few of the spinning ones out, and we're gonna see if we can catch some fish on them today. Just break them right in, like first ever stripers on the new Googan production rods. This right here is the Gold Series. It's one of our more expensive, higher end models. And then I believe we've got the Green Series in here as well. I gotta find that. This is so wild. We spent, I think, like over 8 months, maybe a little bit more, than designing these rods, and have them in our hands right now is just nuts. Like, I've legitimately never caught a fish in these rods before. Not these ones, like, you know, prototypes, but that's a whole other story. All right, this has gotta be the greens. This is one of our more affordable rods right here. This is the Googan Green. And in my opinion, not to sound completely biased here, but I like the way this one looks a little bit better. They're both sexy as hell, but that just fits our brand. It's that matte green, that matte Googan Green. Ooh, so good. I believe this is a 7-footer. It's got a ruler on the rod too, so if you're bank fishing, you want to measure your fish, you can do so. Okay, honestly, as much as I want to admire these, we gotta put them to the test. So we're gonna take them out in the salt right now, break them right in, catch some stripers, hopefully, and have a day with it. So stick with it, stay tuned. Let's crank.
Striper weather.
Wow, flood tide. You said the new moon's in a few days?
I think the new moon's like right now.
Right now. Yeah, the water's so high, I had to get in the water just to get to the dock, to get on the whaler. And usually I have my rods up in the holders, but am I gonna be able to make this, like, period?
Dude,
it's not gonna make it.
I don't think so.
It's literally not gonna make it.
That's like right there.
No way. You're kidding me. All we have to wait is like, what, maybe a few minutes and then we're chill? Literally, we can't get to the spot because the water's too high. Perks of fishing the Atlantic Ocean. 8-foot tide swings and more because of the new moon. I've never had this happen before. I've never not been able to go on our bridge. This is crazy.
So attempt number 1 is there's gotta be fish inside too. So if we just plop around the middle for top water, we can get a reaction.
Yeah. It's a 610 medium. This is our finesse Gold Series rod. It's not meant for striper, but today it is. It's gonna be fun. I thought I got snagged for something. Like, there's no way I actually have a fish.
That's a pretty decent fish too, dude.
That's what looks tiny. It doesn't feel tiny. Oh, he just pulled it. Came off. We're not gonna talk about that.
All right, cast 3.
I love this water. It's so perfect.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
On?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Handsome little fella. Right in the, not that one, but there's another thing in there. Oh, later.
See it?
That counts, right? I touched the leader.
Oh yeah, we got this. That's crazy.
Dude, this is so close. Making it happen though, one way or another.
Always.
Now we just cruise on out.
That's wicked.
Dude, that's so
Literally
awesome.
waited, what was it, like 15 minutes? And
35.
The water, 35, the water dropped enough for us to finally get through. This is hopefully where we should find some fish. Oh yeah. Top water?
Yeah, top water.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Down. Little. That one was little.
That first one.
That first one's, oh yeah.
Still there.
Oh, still going.
Both side eat.
He's still on it. I love that. Wonder like why right there? Did we not throw in the middle? I guess not.
Not really, dude. We kind of came through the middle and cast it out.
Yeah, you're right. Just switch it up.
Any more love on the spook? That just came out of nowhere though. No boil, no nothing.
No, I was like, did something just blow up over there? I'm like, oh, that's on you. What was that? Was that a bird or something? Oh, that was you. Oh, okay. Sunbait?
Yeah.
Looks okay.
Down yet. You want one?
Nice.
Get him in the boat this time before.
Oh, there we go. First one. Let's go.
Nice little backwater schoolie.
Dude, we needed it in a second.
Yeah, dude. He had so many sea lice too. That fish just got down here.
Just hope they turn on. And run out of daylight for God's sake. I think I might have a little on me too. All the baits to our right. Such tease.
They're like decent boils.
No, they're not microscopic, that's for sure.
Speed up a little bit. Oh, right there, dude.
Tangled. Oh no. He committed though. That was cool. That was the first decent little plop I've had on the top water. Oh, right there. Oh, that was so sick, dude. That's that. Yeah, look at all the peanut butter getting chased.
Oh, what's that? Oh, John, you're in the money.
Oh, come on. That's so sick. That was so cool, dude.
That was a sick eat.
Yes, that is what we want. Oh my God, dude. Do they feel huge on this rod? Oh, go, 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 go. They're busting. This is what we needed, boys. Little top water action on the new Googan rod. My first ever striper on these new twigs. And let me tell you, oh, it just came off. It works though, it works.
That counts.
That counts. That was so cool. Oh my God. They were going off like when I got in there. Like they were really starting to feed. You guys probably noticed, been kind of grinding it out all day. Been driving for like 4.5 hours and we finally pulled up. All I wanted to do is just get bit. Now we're starting to see some opportunities. The sun's starting to dip and we've got an outgoing tide and these fish are chasing the peanut bunker along this kind of grass. In a little bit, this is gonna be pretty dry, not completely. So we've got to fish this efficiently. We're throwing little tiny spooks and top waters. There's a little one. That was cool. That was so cool. That was cool. Oh, not a terrible one. Dirty. Just filthy, man. They always eat when I'm talking to. Whenever I'm saying stupid, they like to eat. Gotcha. This is a special fish, not only because it's my first striper of the day, but this is the first striper I've caught on the new Googan stick. This is a drop shot rod. We are making it work and it's actually doing a pretty good job. It's fun to use like lighter rods like this, light bass rods for striper, and this is a smaller striper. We have the potential to get something bigger today. But it's a step in the right direction. Wow, it feels good. Oh my God. Oh, you just got annihilated. Oh, whoa. Things are starting to pick up. Goodbye, thank you, take care. Let's go get some more. So this is the lures that we're using. I'm using a little bit different. Sam's using something more traditional. This is just what I've got in my striper collection. It's like a 3.5 inch top water walk the dog bait. And I've upgraded the hooks to like 3X's. Just something sharper, a little bit more durable, even though I'm using a drop shot rod. Kind of contradictory, but it's working. It's so funny how it's just turned on. It's been so slow. I mean, like painfully slow. Like we're both just scratching our heads in the boat right now. And then all of a sudden, on our way out of this little bay, this little pond, starting to see some serious jumpage. We're just gonna kind of do a few laps in here as we've got this ideal light. See if we can, I don't know, pop a few more. In Lake Lanier, you can legally use largemouth as bait, and that's how they catch them, like the 40 pounders and about 30 pounders, 40 pounders. Live line, ooh, some going on there.
I feel kind of bad. I like largemouth. I don't fish.
Oh, I would never do that. It's f***ed up. Yeah, but like a pound largemouth on a circle hook, that's chaotic. Oh my God. Oh my God, that was a decent fish. I was pulling away like a dumbass. He's still on me.
Oh.
That's a good fish. Oh, he's not that big. I see him. I see him. He's right below me. He's right there. Look. Oh, that's so cool.
That so right there, he's circling.
He's circling it.
Look, he's still looking for it.
Ready? Yeah, I saw some bait spritz over there. I'm like, I don't know.
This is the one little creek that we didn't give that much love.
No, I barely even cast over here. crazy how much that water was up.
Yeah, it dropped.
It's like a
over 2 now.
yeah, it's like a ledge now. This spot is.
They gotta be sitting like that.
There we go.
That's a big one.
Oh, right there. Nice. Nice, dude. Big head shakes. Don't know how big, but it's a nice fish. That's crazy how I got blown up and then that one came out of nowhere. That's wicked. There we have it. Another one on the Gold Series. So much fun. My God. So much fun. Oops, sorry. Whew. A little schoolie. This Googan bass rod is putting them to work. Oh my gosh. Few and far between, but once we get them, it's just like gets your heart racing.
Lucky, what it is? Wait, get him, get him, get him, get him.
She's never reacted to fish before. I think she just really likes striper, just like her dad. We have striper number 2. Number 2, so. All right, buddy. Thank you. You. Nice.
Bluefish compared to like a striper, like when I got a 40-inch blue, I thought it was like a 50-pound striper.
They go nuts, don't they?
Yeah, they zip. Yeah.
Right there is good.
Oh, folks, we've made it to our final destination. Lucky, come here. Lucky, come here. There's treble hooks over there. Lucky, what are you doing, girl? You broke. Lucky, hey, little Cape wiener. You excited to be back on the Cape? You wanna catch some stripers? You wanna catch some bluefish? Ooh, you wanna catch a bluefin tuna? We might just do that. All right, guys, we made it to our Airbnb. This was quite the journey to get here. It's nice to be able to fish on the day that you're supposed to travel, about 5 hours from my Camp Claw, down to where we're at now, which is Hyannis. And like I said, over the next few days, we're just gonna try to get salty with it. Catch a little bit of everything. I feel like last time we were here, we were just scratching the surface, but now we're really gonna get after it. But I figured take a moment before we wrap up today's video, show you guys in depth some of the new rods, and then give you kind of like a micro tour of where we're staying. It's a decent little place. It's got some very capey vibes. Where'd you go?
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Wow, it's nice in here. It's not too bad. Well, you know, usually this is the point in time where I'm getting rods rigged up for tomorrow's session, but instead, no, might as well show. Instead, we're gonna be doing just a little bit of this. Why, Alex? Why did we buy White Claws? Usually we don't buy White Claws.
We buy Trulies?
No, I'm saying usually we don't buy White Claws when we're supposed to be rigging rods, but what's the deal for tomorrow?
It's gonna be blowing like 55 miles per hour.
Did you just say 55?
Yeah, it's gonna be blowing.
Nice, super nice. So that's why we're not fishing tomorrow. I might try to sneak out some freshwater stuff, but it's like when you're on the Cape, like why even bother doing freshwater? I know there's good bass, like largemouth, to be caught on the Cape, but I just can't be bothered. Anyway, let's go check out these twigs, these new Googan rods. Should I bring them in the kitchen? It's very dark in here.
Yes, it's very dark.
2 of my favorite things. White Claws and brand new Googan rods. I failed to do a really good introduction when we first got to the ramp, mainly because I had stripers on my mind. I just want to get out in the water, but I want to briefly do a proper introduction to the new twigs. This has been a long time coming. Most of the Googans on YouTube have already introduced these rods, but this is the first time I've ever got my hands on the production sticks. It has taken many months, many different types of blanks, reel seats, designs, some design flaws that we've kinked out and we've worked through to create literally the perfect rod for the cost. I was honestly not sure about this color through some of the renderings, but seeing it in person, I'm like in awe. So this is actually the one that we use today. This is a different one. This is the 7-foot finesse. We have 2 finesse rods in the Googan Gold series. We have a 610, which is the one I was using. A little bit under gun, but it worked out perfectly fine for those schoolie stripers, and this is probably what I should have been using. Let me take a sip real quick. You see, the thing with these Googan rods, the Gold series and the Green series, is we designed them with you guys in mind. Not to sound corny, but for real. We wanted rods that we could not only use and promote, and then also have fun fishing with ourselves, but we wanted to make sure that whether you're just now getting into fishing or you've been doing this for decades upon decades, that you would enjoy these rods to the fullest. Now, I don't want you guys to get it twisted. The Green series has nothing to do with basically like an entry-level rod. This, personally, is like probably one of my favorite rods because it's gonna be more affordable for you guys. But then we also created something a little bit more high-end, a little more refined. I'm not gonna bore you guys with all the details, but one thing I will mention is each rod has a specific technique that it is meant for. You don't have to use it for that technique. So each rod is essentially labeled. Like the one reason today was a finesse rod. Somehow I didn't read the directions and used it for topwater spooks for striper, but it was still a whole lot of fun. And on the top portion of the reel seat, it says finesse. So you know exactly what rod you're picking up. You don't have to look at the specs anymore. You don't have to like get fruity with it. We're trying to basically redesign the layout of a rod and how it's been made for many, many years. We want to do something different. This is not something where we just want to create a rod and that's it. We want to be unique. And I feel like we did a really good job with that. Catchco literally gave us 0 restrictions with these rods. They basically said, hey, here's the blanks, now you guys design them. So we designed 2 different models, the green and the gold, and I am ecstatic with them. I just need to catch a bass on one of these twigs. I'll leave these rods linked down below. Again, I'm not 100% sure if they are still available for pre-sale or if you can order them right now, but they will be very, very soon. It feels weird. It's like you've raised this kid for such a long time and now he's going off to college, and then he comes back from college, he's like, hey, look, Dad, I'm successful. I'm making 6 figures. I got a wife and kid now, and it's just, you're just so proud. I'm proud of my son. Actually, I've got 2 sons, Goldie and Greenie. I'm not making any sense. My brain's a little fried right now. Me personally, one of the things that I worked on a ton with these rods is the balance. When we had some of the original rods, they did not have good balance points. With the reels on here, they should balance right about there, so it's not gonna feel unnatural. Without the reel, they balance just about there. So if you add a little bit of weight to this portion of the rod, it'll feel so damn nice. So yeah, that was one of my personal goals for these rods. The touches is I hate rods that feel tip heavy and they just don't feel natural in your hand. And these feel so damn good. But anyway, I'm gonna slam here. Alex, here's your claw. Here you go, buddy. Cheers to one successful day, hopefully one of many on the Cape. I appreciate the view. We are peacing out, signing out. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, folks, keep fishing, never stop.